What if the reason you feel slow isn't because you're not smart, but because nobody ever taught you how to learn the right way? I want you to really think about that. Because growing up, I was never the smartest person in the room. I wasn't that naturally gifted kid who could barely study and still get the top grades. I had to fight for every bit of progress. I had to work harder, stay longer, and repeat things more times than everyone else just to keep up. And for a long time, I thought that meant something was wrong with me. I thought maybe I just wasn't built like the others. But years later, I realized something that changed everything. The people who learn fast are not always the most talented. They're not always the smartest. They just understand something most people don't. Learning is a skill in itself. And once you learn how to learn, everything starts to change. The first key is this. Stop just consuming information and start testing yourself. Don't just read the page again. Don't just highlight every sentence and hope it sticks. Close the book. Put the notes away. Ask yourself, what do I actually remember? That moment of struggle, that moment when your brain has to work to pull the answer out, that is where real growth begins. Second, get feedback. Because if you never find out what you're doing wrong, you can spend months repeating mistakes and calling it practice. Feedback shows you your blind spots. It shows you where you're weak, where you're improving, and where you need to push harder. And that leads to the third principle. Attack your weak spots. Most people avoid this. We all love doing what feels easy. We all want to stay where we feel capable. But growth does not live in comfort. Growth lives in repetition, frustration, correction, and those ugly first attempts when you don't look impressive at all. Fourth, repeat over time. Because learning something once means almost nothing if you never come back to it. If you don't revisit it, your brain lets it fade. But when you return to it again and again, you build strength. You make it familiar. You turn effort into instinct. And finally, use what you learn in the real world. Because reading about something is not mastery. Understanding something in theory is not the same as doing it under pressure. You don't become confident by preparing forever. You become confident by stepping in, making mistakes, adjusting, and trying again. So if you've ever felt like you're just a slow learner, hear me clearly. You are not broken, and you are not behind. You do not need more talent. You need a better system. Learn smarter, practice harder, stay consistent, and one day, the thing that once felt impossible will feel so natural, it will feel like cheating.